Welcome to today's episode where we teach you how to go backcountry skiing or backcountry splitboarding. But first, we're going to do our gear checklist to make sure we have everything we need to for today's adventure.
Yes, and the very first thing that you should do before you even leave your house is there's this website called backcountrychecklist.com. We're going to go over that real quick and show you how it works. Let's just make sure that you have everything that you need before we get out into the backcountry.
Today I'm splitboarding, but the backcountry skiing list is also pretty much the same. I'm going to make sure I got my beacon, my probe, my shovel, I've got my first aid kit. I do have skins. I've got my boots, my board, my bindings. I also have my poles. I have a radio so I can talk to my partner. And then I have a headlamp just in case I'm not out of here by the time I want to be. Make sure I have my helmet, my Avi pack. Then I have some extra layers, gloves, and it's very important to always have calories. Now it'll take me to the avalanche report. It's very important to check your avalanche conditions every day and every time you go out. I'm going to make sure I find the right one. So I'm right down here. We can see it's moderate today. Yep, I'm right here. This is where I'm skiing today. And so this is the Tetons, and then I can see the full forecast here. After we check our avalanche report, we'll hit, yep, I read it. And then it'll ask if I'm carrying any other gear like a tent, etc. And I'll say no. I did read the avalanche report. I checked my weather, downloaded my maps. Now I'm going to say where I'm parking. We're at the Coal Creek Trailhead. And I'm going with Caden. And we plan to ski Coal Creek. Our plan B is to go up to the Teton Pass at the top and ski Mount Glory. And then I should expect me home at 6 p.m. and call for help at 10. Just in case I don't make it back, I want people to know where I'm at. It says if I've taken care of myself recently and packed some extra clothes, and then I can share the plan with a trusted loved one or a friend who's close by, and so they can know what I'm doing.
Okay, next we're going to go through my bag and just go through all the gear that you should have when you're backcountry skiing. First, you'll see that I have my helmet right here. You should always have your helmet with you, ready, accessible. And then in the back when I'm hiking up, I like to keep my buff to keep me warm on the face, and some gloves. I like having those just in the back of my helmet for the hike up. That way when I get to the top, I can put them on first thing and stay warm. Alright, so going into the bag here, we've got the skins, which we'll go to in a little bit later. Some ski straps. Very important, very resourceful, can be used for many different situations. A first aid kit, must have.
Very important to have your first aid kit.
This is a repair kit, just different tools that you can use to repair your skis if any situation arises. Of course, water. And then I've got my shell for when I'm skiing down. This will keep the wind blocked. It will protect me from tree branches. Must have your shells. I've got my shells in my pants with me too. Have your shell with you.
We keep our shell or extra layers in our bag because when we're hiking up, we really get hot and we want to layer correctly so we don't sweat a ton. We want to be able to keep a constant temperature and not overheat, and we don't want our clothes wet when we're skiing on the way down.
Exactly. Very important to have those extra layers with you. Today's a very sunny day, so I packed more than I probably would have needed to on a day like this, but I just wanted to show you guys. So I've got some other layers in here that would be good for hiking, just in case. And I also like to carry an extra pair of gloves with me, just in case mine get soaking wet and my hands freeze. And then, of course, we got our safety equipment. So just here in the front of the bag, we got the probe, the shovel, and then my beacon is here in my pocket, ready to use.
And then I keep my beacon strapped on my chest like this.
And the last piece of equipment that I can think of at the moment is sunglasses. Very important for you to be hiking up in the sun, keep your eyes protected. Speaking of eye protection, I've got my goggles right here in the back. I almost forgot those guys. And here we are. So we got some goggles too for when we're skiing down, protect us from the sun, any branches, keep our eyes safe.
Thanks for joining us in our gear overview. And now we'll show you how to get ready on the split board and on the skis so we can go have some fun.